Welcome back to Advent of Code, and today we are working on day 13. So we have an input that's quite complex, so we're just going to focus on that first. As usual, we place the input here, take our template, copy paste it, and here this is where the magic is happening. So first of all, we have two types of data, so we need to split that. So really, we're gonna have to do here, we're gonna have to do something magic, which is we're gonna have to split on the double line return. So lines, here this is going to be called, what is it called? It's like the coordinates. Yeah, the coordinates and fold instructions. Coordinates, fold instructions. Perfect. And now we have the two interesting things. We can take the coordinates, split it. Actually, instead of removing the empty lines, one thing I'm just thinking about is we could just trim stuff to avoid any kind of issue. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, trimming. We split on a new line and then we map. So here, we're just going to say named stuff. So here there's going to be data1 and data2, because this is not parsed again, and I want to keep the constant variables instead of having mutable variables. So here map for x, I'm going to say simply x that's split, comma, that map to a number. So that gives us x and a y as an array, and I think that's good enough. Const fold instructions data2 dot trim. Here we again split a new line, and then what do we do? Have this fold instruction. We need the axis and the coordinates. So map. Should we use a regular expression for that? Really, let's try to use a regular expression. We're going to be doing that. So I think what's interesting would be to use named groups. So I'm going to try that, and if it doesn't work, we are going to be checking on the web how to do that. But we're going to try that first. So here we're going to say fold along y equals 7. So here instead of y we need to say, actually it's just x or y. Then here what we need to say, this is a number, and I think we need to do something like that now to name. Let me double check that. Okay, I've just found that we want the named capturing group, so that's what we're going to use, like that. So here we're going to say position, and here we're going to say axis. So let's actually try to see what we have. Do we have some good data? Coordinates and fold instructions. Now day 13.js issue already. Regex instance of regex. I think I need to do the opposite. Match. What did I do here? Okay. I need to do something like this. Dot match and x. No, maybe it's the opposite. I never know if this is match in that way or in the other way. So it's x that match with the regular expression. I think that should be it. Okay. And here we need dot groups. Groups. Okay, this is almost working, except we need convert the position into a integer. So here we need the, oh yeah, I'm doing things it's a bit too complex, to be honest. Let's reconstruct the object again. So axis is y dot axis. Actually, why use y, I should use x. Again, position is number of x dot position. So yeah, that's a bit too complex. We're doing double for loop, but you know what? I think this is gonna be fine. Okay, so we have our data structure that is parsed nicely. I think it was a bit over-engineering this part, like the capture named group, but I think that's a cool trick to learn. So that's why I wanted to share it today. So now, what do we want to do with that? So first of all, there's like a very big thing. We are working with a matrix, and a matrix B array. And here, if we look at the data, we just have 18 data points, and the biggest value for x is 10, and for y it's 14. That's 140 positions, and we're just using 18 values. So let's look at the input here. Okay, so there's a lot of values, but actually see it's like 1000 on one end and most likely 1000 on the other end. So it's gonna be like a huge number, and we just have like actually count the number of values we have here. Whoops. We have 700 values. So one thing that's really important to know is that this is what is called a sparse data structure, which means there's very few points that have a value. So you can either create a huge array, a matrix of booleans, or you can just keep these values in an array. And we're just gonna do that first. So we're actually gonna modify the, so there are two ways to do that. I think we're just gonna I have no idea, to be honest. Let's dive into the challenge, because I'm not sure exactly how we're gonna do. Which data structure to use? Do we use a set? Do we use an array of values? I don't know. There's so many options. I don't have a clear decision for now. So we're just gonna use an array of values for now. So we have fold instructions. So let's try, we have this value, we have y and x. So we need to do that. Let's points equal coordinates. But first we can copy the initial object, and then we're going to mutate this points object so that we can reuse the coordinates object in the part 2 if we need. So here we need to check if fold dot axis is equal to y. Will be the first case that we see here. We're just going to say if this is equal to y, then this is in which one is y, which one is x. Here y, so this is like that. Okay. So this next points. So many little details to think about. Actually, one thing to be careful here is that if let's actually progress, because I keep thinking ahead. I need to just do things step by step. Otherwise, that's going to be confusing. So here, we need to check if, oh, actually, we need to do a for loop over all of the points. Oops, over all of the points. And here, we need to check if element, let's rename element like that, point, if point dot y is above fold dot position, then it needs that to be, this point needs to be folded. So we're going to say point dot y equal, how do you fold something? You need to say, so point dot I minus fold dot position, you multiply that by -1, and then you add fold dot position. So what I'm thinking here, so you have something here and something that folds here. You need to say, okay, you need to fold around this one. So you say, okay, if this one was 0, this one was 1, you multiply by -1, so it means it's -1. Then you translate again. So yeah, what I'm doing is I'm translating this fold at the 0 coordinate, doing the reversing by multiplying by -1, and then translating back into the fold position. So yeah, that looks quite solid, and I think it's fine. And now we do next point dot push point. Yep, that's it. So we just have to do the same for x. And one thing that I skipped a little bit earlier is that here, if you're mutating the variable y, you need to be very careful, because here we have our coordinates that we want to keep unmodified. So here I'm just gonna map it. So yeah, here this is gonna be able to do, this is how you do a deep copy of a matrix, I mean an array of arrays. Because here each point is an array of length 2. So here we're like making sure we do a deep copy, so that here we don't modify the coordinates, we just modify the array points. So I'm just going to do copy paste here. And now we need to do if point at x is above fold position, then we're just going to do the same. We're just going to be doing the same. So actually here we could have made this a little bit shorter. Let's do that now. We are going to say fold.axis here. Oh no, we cannot, because point is not x and y. I need to do that again. So here, let's change that. Const e, here we return x p of 0, y p of 1. Okay, so now we have actually an array of objects, and so here it means I need to, instead of doing that, I need to do like that to deep copy the object, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, like that should be good. Okay, and yeah, we have a code that is quite clean, and now we want to log the points. One thing though is we could have several points at the same position, so we're going to need to deduplicate. So for example here, are there several points in the end at the same position? We have do we have several points at the same position? Can't say. 0, 1, 0, 2, 1, 4. 1, 4, 1, 4. Okay, 1, 4 is present in the array twice. Not good. We need to deduplicate the objects. In order to do that, here, deduplication. And actually, I believe we just need to count. We just need to count the one. So here, the cool thing is that we can just deduplicate and count. So in order to do the duplication, we're going to say const set equal new set of points that map. And here point p, we're going to say p.x. Let's use a template string. p.x with a comma p.y. So this should be duplicating, and here we can log the set.size. Let's check this. We have 16 and we should have had 17. So that's a little bit annoying. Maybe we're gonna have to display the full table, which is not fun because we chose to not display it that way. So yeah. So let's display the set. We don't need to display these points. We're going to display the actual set here, which is going to be the list of points, of unique points. So all the points should be between 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so basically this is a square here that we are looking at. So we should sort that. Const debug.sort, then we display debug. So here we should see, do we have something weird? The 0 to 0, 4. So we have this line that is correct. Then we have 1, 0, 1, 4. So, oh wait. This is x and this is y. So here 1, 0. So this should be this one, or 1, 4 is this one. Okay. 2, 0, 2, 4. So this one, 3, 0, 3, 4. This is correct. And then 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 4. This is correct. How come we don't have the right number here? 17 dots are visible. So I think there's something weird about this 17, something that I don't understand in the prime statement. I'm gonna reread the prime statement because here we have 16 numbers, looks correct. And the prime statement is saying we should have 17. So there is something that I misunderstood in the prime statements. I've seen, so I read everything and at the end I'm like, okay, just focus on completing the first fold. So we just like went crazy and did all the folds. So here we just need to actually just break here out of this for loop, and that's it. So here we have 17 points. I think we went a bit too fast here. So let's just use the full puzzle input. Here we just did the first fold, so here we can remove this debugging. I like to have a clean output, 610. That is correct. Let's go to part 2. Yeah, actually I was about to pause to read the prime statement, but this is just 2 lines. So finish folding the transparent paper according to the instruction. The manual code is always 8 capital letters. Oh, that's interesting. What code do you use? So basically, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna copy paste that here, and now we need to do some displaying. So now I need to remove the break. I can do the deduplication. We don't want to do the sorting and everything, so for now I'm just gonna display log the set. And I think the goal now is to display something nice. So we have a huge, so you see it was really fast actually to compute, like super fast. So I'm really happy what we did. The code seems really fast. Now we need to actually display this. So first thing to find, actually we're going to be using emojis. So let's do, now this set, we want to get an array again. Yeah. So here, by doing that, we are reverting the input into an array. So instead of having a set here, that's, you see this is like a curly brace. Brace, actually, here we have an array again, thanks to this. And now we are going to map. And we do split x dot split with the comma. Now we have our list of points, but actually this is not a good idea. Haha, too much thinking. Let's stop that. I'm gonna keep the set somewhere. Set, and the array is gonna help us do max x is array that map, and here we do math the maximum here for that, and max y is going to be the same with 1. So here we do max x max y. We need to know how big is our word. Okay, so now we can do a double for loop between 0 and max x. Here we do another for loop between 0 and max y. Actually here this should be exactly like that, I believe. Yeah. Now we can say if. So here we compute the key. The key is, we're going to take the same here. So here this is I and j. And we say if set has key, then we console log. Let's use string dot push. I'm going to be using actually a hash for now. Else string push dot, actually a space, oh, a dot. Let's do dot. Yeah, it's not dot per sheet, it's actually plus equal. Getting tired. And here we log the string. And here basically we're creating a full line. Okay. This is not correct. I think I made a mistake. Yeah, should reverse between the X and the Y. So we should do line by line, and then for each line, yeah, this is the right way to do. Okay, so I have something here. I just wanted to make this a little bit prettier. Use maybe a fun emoji. No, we're gonna use the crabs from the other day. Here we're gonna use what? Dot, small dot. Oh no, that's a bad idea. Okay, never mind. Actually, here can we search for? Yeah, we're gonna search actually for this big block. That's gonna be perfect. Is it gonna be perfect? Yes, this is perfect. This is super readable. Exactly what we wanted. So yeah, here we are. So we could write some code to read that, but actually, yeah, I think that's. Do we want to write it? No, we don't want to write the code because that's gonna be a bit of a pain. So we're just going to be displaying that. We're just going to be basically inputting that into this. So it's PZF AH RFZ. And we're good for today. Thank you very much for the support in this series. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and to subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, see you next one. Bye.